Going on to you, Libras. So here we go. So you Libras have got the Knight of Cups, Six of Wands, the Star, Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Libras is the Knight of Cups represents cool. A lot of you Libras know what's going on. A lot of you Libras know what parts of your life that you had to learn to fix. And the Six of Wands, the Star card, represents you went ahead and you're fixing it currently. As I'm saying this, you're learning how to fix it, and you're actually taking some serious action towards fixing it. And because of it, you're starting to see results. There was some things about yourselves and about other people that you had to fix. You can't necessarily tell people what to do, but you can most definitely fix yourself. And one of those things is the Six of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, learning how to let people actually choose up on you. Yes, that's very good. One of the best things in the world that you can do is to not force relationships to occur, right? A lot of times people try to make a relationship between themselves and others happen a little bit too quickly. And they even sometimes try to force it where the person doesn't want to hang around, right? The person doesn't want to hang around them, but then they try everything that they can, sometimes even to the point of trickery, to get the other person to stick around and hang around and be around them, right? Coerce them. And that's part of where the problem is. There is no point in you Libras ever trying to make someone do something that they don't want to. There's no point in that, because the person is going to end up resenting you or loathing you in the future anyway. And this is something that a lot of you Libras have had to learn to let go of. The Six of Wands and the Star card is about how a lot of you Libras have learned that if a relationship is going to work out, yes, you will put in some form of effort, but the other person needs to put in effort as well. And yes, that's very true. That is very true. Because if they don't put in any kind of effort, you have to learn to let them go. Okay? No matter what it is that they say, no matter the smile, no matter what they look like, you have to learn to let them go. The Ten of Pentacles now represents this being a situation for you where another thing too that you learn to stop doing is essentially to stop giving such huge gifts. A lot of times you Libras will find yourselves in situations where you Libras, Leos, y'all can essentially be spendthrifts sometimes. And you will, Aries, right? And I should say Taurus, not really Aries, but Taurus, Leo, Libra. Sometimes y'all can be spendthrift. Y'all can like somebody so much because they're new and this is a new interaction, and maybe this is the one, maybe this is it, to the point where a lot of you Libras will end up just giving something to someone that you may have spent a lot of money on that you didn't necessarily think about. Now, that's a good gesture, right? That's a wonderful gesture. I'm not going to sit up here and complain and make it seem like that's not a very good gesture. But at the same time, you have to learn that you can't necessarily make such big gestures like that and you don't necessarily even know the person, especially if the person is trying to make it so that they're being difficult to get a hold of. If you find yourself in a situation where, these people are very difficult for you Libras to get a hold of, that's how you know, okay, don't go out and spend any kind of money on them, trying to get these big gifts, nothing. This is a chance for you to leave because the person is not putting in any kind of effort on this. So the Nine of Pentacles now represents this being a situation where the Nine of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Pentacles represents how the nine excuse me. Let me get a glass. Let me get some water. The Nine of Pentacles is about how a lot of you Libras understand that you have a lot more going on than what it is that you originally think. Okay? What I mean by that is that, you know, when your heart is in the correct place, Libra, you Libras represent all what's good in the world. But you have to learn, okay, and you are learning to not let people misuse that. And the Ten of Swords represents you're also learning to, or you also should learn if you haven't already, and I should say, i.e. learning, to not let people mistake that, be disrespectful to you, all of that. You learn that ultimately you're in a situation where at the end of the day, it's about you. You'll only be as unhappy as you allow people to make you unhappy. If you Libras know that you're taking care of responsibilities and handling your business, at the end of the day, who cares about what other people have to say about you? You know, a lot of times, you know, sometimes a Libra gets, you know, sometimes Libras are not necessarily really talked about the credit or given credit for the things that they do. You know, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I think me personally, this is my own perspective. This is partially why it is that Libras talk about the kind of contributions that they've made, or tries to let people know that they're intelligent. It's because if they don't speak up, if they don't say something, right, then in essence, people won't, the Libras won't be spoken up for. Because Libra can sometimes be so low key with it and boring, quote unquote, and bland. You know, what most people consider, quote unquote, boring and bland and all this other type of stuff. Because so Libra's like, okay, let me go ahead and actually tell my own legend. I'm not saying that I consider you boring. I'm saying this is how some people will consider you, boring and stuck up, along with Leo and along with Taurus. But that's not the case. What the case is that a lot of you Libras will be like, okay, let me go ahead and start speaking up. And the Ten of Swords, when you get yourself into a relationship with somebody that's trying to take your voice away, right, and to disempower you, do not allow people to disempower you. And this is something that a lot of you Libras are learning to not let people do. So the Two of Cups, so that, you know, the next time when you engage with people, right, you can have things going more your way. But the thing about it is that the Eight of Cups here represents how, but you've just, and I think it's the same people on a card too. But anyway, I think it's the same people on both of those cards too. Anyway, I think it is. Anyway, the point is, ironically, the point is that one of the things that you got to stop doing is you got to stop going back and messing with the same old people that you knew, right, for a long time. Messing around with those people. You know, people who are low lives. Because sometimes, Libra, y'all can mess with low lives. I'm not even going to lie. There's so many Libras that I've known who are upwardly mobile on the up and up, or rich, or whatever the case may be, this, that, the third, established millionaires, this, that, the third. But like I said, the air signs, sometimes y'all have weak crews. They're hanging out with gangster people. They're hanging out with people that gotta borrow from them constantly. And it's like, yo, why are y'all hanging out with these types of people? Same thing when it comes to love. You shouldn't be hanging out with bums if that's not what it is that you want. Now, if that's what you want, I can't tell y'all what to do. But if y'all don't want to hang out with bums, stop hanging out with bums. Stop thinking that it's cute to hang out with bums. Start hanging out with a better crowd. How do you know a person is a better crowd? Do they give to you? Doesn't matter if you're a millionaire. Doesn't matter what. Do they give back to you? Because I've known Libras who have millions of dollars. I don't talk to them anymore, but I know Libras who have millions of dollars. But guess what? They still calling me to find out how I'm doing. And because they trust what it is that I have to say, I'm going to tell them the truth. And they trust my counsel. So that's what it is that I'm doing. I'm giving them my counsel. I'm telling them this is my perception of what's going on. This is my suggestion of what you should do. If you don't want to listen to that, at the end of the day, you do what you do. But when you hanging out with goofy individuals that's coming around and they trying to use you for some sort of cash, ultimately it's up to you to say yes and give it to them, or no and be like, nah, you're not going to give them anything. You're not going to give them squat. So a lot of you Libras are learning, and there's a need to make better choices when it comes to people that you're knowing. Because what I'm seeing here in particular is people that may come in and they want a meal. People that come in and they want to do fun stuff. And you spending your money, and you glad to do that, to your respect, as Libras. Y'all are glad to do that because you get it. It's not about the money, but it does not mean that those people get it. They're not on that higher level yet to where it's not about the money. Right now, it very much so is about the money for them because they don't have anything. And the reason why they don't have anything as much as you Libras is because they spent their lives, they spent their time constantly being on nonsense that don't provide any substance to them in return. The work that they put out, the energy that they put out does not feed them. It does not give them back anything in return. So in essence, a lot of you Libras are throwing your pearls to swine, casting your pearls to swine. Why? And this is something that we really need to talk about, because I'm noticing that a lot of you Libras are doing that. Why? Y'all are great individuals. I know many Libras, for instance, one right now that pops into my head is Jenna Ortega, the same celebrity right now who just hit 1 million subscribers literally yesterday, last time I checked. Love Jenna Ortega. Libra. Love Jenna Ortega. Fine too. Cute. Like the face structure, everything. Beautiful, beautiful. So why not spend your time on people that care about you, that give back to you no matter how much money you have or you don't have? They still rock with you because of what the value that you bring. They know that you're bringing value to them, so they'll bring value to you. I still bring value. I still brought value to that woman's life who was the millionaire that I used to talk to. But I stopped talking to her because she was on some nonsense. She wanted me to stick around and talk to her all day sometimes. And I had to tell her, like, yo, I got to get up and I got to do things. I got to handle my business. I got to make these videos. No, she wanted me to just stick around all day. And I'm like, look, I got to make these videos for y'all. So guess what? In 2018, me and her she was a Libra. Me and her had to go our separate ways, because it's not that I had any kind of problem with her, but she would call me and talk to me about some stuff that happened to her the whole time. And I'm like, look, unless you want me to help you, I don't know what I don't know what you want me to do. I really don't. But then she's telling me about all this stuff going on and how all these people, they take from her and she's happy to lend them it, and then they break it and they do this. And I'm not going to say who the person is. Of course not. But I'm like, listen, you wildin' because you're allowing people who don't respect you and don't respect your stuff to just use your stuff. And I'm like, but why don't you, and I would tell her, but why don't you give me that since you like lending it out so much? Oh, nah, well, this, that, and third. But you hanging around people that misuse you and treat you like trash. So what are we talking about right now? And I'm your friend telling you this. Right? So you Libras got to, work on that. Let's clarify some of these cards. let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Page of Pentacles to clarify the Two of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, right? Ten of Swords, right? Going from offering so much that people want these cars, people want this, people want these gifts. You do that to now, right? Getting heartbroken. And now you realize Ten of Wands, right? You realize the Ten of Wands, you got to move forward from this. You got to move past this. You got to stop letting people get a million chances after they treated you like trash. Because there's people that you may have even gotten to know recently, like I said, like I talked about in my last Libra video, that's giving you a hard time. That's giving you a difficult time. That gave you a difficult time because this is the not so distant past. All these issues, and you're trying to be endearing, and you're trying to show them tokens of appreciation, show them that you like them, but they're looking at it like it's a Trojan horse, like, oh, you trying to do something, when you Libras just wanted to make a very good impression on people. So let's clarify the Eight of Cups now. So when it comes to them leaving you now, or I should say more so them leaving you, meaning not having your back, and you leaving them, having to walk away from them completely, right? Eight of Wands, King of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Emperor. They're coming from a place of entitlement. And they're going to be acting like you owe them something. But in actuality, Eight of Wands, you don't owe them squat. So for future references, Libra, stop letting people, this is my suggestion, stop letting people use you, and that you're supposed to be better than this. And that's part of the reason why it is that you Libras are not in a very good, strong, foundational relationship in the first place, because you Libras are very much so the Libra scales. You can be sometimes not having a stronger identity like that, you could be used, unfortunately. So now you got to start learning that you must stand for something. That Libra scale that you represent must actually stand for something. Choose better quality people. And stop giving a million chances to the people who treat you like trash. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. As of right now, I have 7,211 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.